83 and the 89. The definition of f, it's a three-piece function. -1, x, and 1. The rule is -1, semicolon, if x is less than -1. The rule is that the golf ball height will be x if -1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 1. And the rule is 1 if x is greater than 1. Let's check out how this works on the TI-83 and 84. TI-83, 84 works pretty nicely. I'm going to go to the y equals menu here, clear out any equations that are in y equals. The first rule is -1. I believe. Yep, sure enough. First rule is -1. And that rule applies when x is less than 1. So I'm going to multiply it by the quantity x is less than, where's my less than symbol? Oh, it's on test. So I go second test and go on down to less than, which is item 5, and type in a -1. All right. Now, x is less than -1 is going to spit out either a 0 or a 1 for true or false. For golf balls less than -1, like -5, tell me, is -5 less than -1 true or false? Yeah, you're right, it's true. And the calculator's number for true is 1. So this leg will get multiplied by 1 when the golf balls are less than -1. For golf balls that are not less than -1, like 20, 20 is not less than -1. So when golf ball 20 goes into this machine, this expression will be a 0. It's actually a factor, and it will turn off the -1. Now we're going to put all three pieces in the same equation. So now I write plus, and now let's do the second rule. The second rule is just x. So I do plus x. Let me pull over the large screen so you can really see this. And I'm going to close the parentheses there. I'm going to multiply that by, this will be an and statement. I want x to be, okay, this is getting a little distracting. I'm going to pull the sound down. On return. I guess they're all pretty excited about returning to the earth. Maybe you would be too. All right, so back to this guy. Our second rule is x. And that's between -1 and 1. I've got to do x first, though. So I'm going to do x test. Notice test is in blue here. X is greater than or equal to, that's a 4. X is greater than or equal to -1, close parentheses, times x is less than or equal to 1. So I type in x is less than or equal, pick less than or equal off the test menu, which is item 6. And now separate the legs, the pieces by plus signs. Now for the last leg, which is +1, so now I do a 1, I close that rule, and I multiply it by x is greater than, from the test menu, which is item 3, 1. Now on mode, I would prefer to be in dot mode instead of connected, because I don't want these legs in the piecewise graph to be connected together. I'm also going to go to window, and -2 to 2, -3 to 3, that's fine with me. Let's press graph, see if it works. So I've got, oh, they are connected anyway. So the rule is -1, then x, then +1. It ends up being continuous. Now let me give you the syntax for the TI-89 owners. The TI-89 owners have a syntax that looks similar to this. Take a look at what we did on the TI-83. I'm going to put this in Edline so that you have a record of it. TI-83, it was y1 equals -1 for x is less than -1, plus the second leg was x, and I have to put the boundary points there as x is greater than or equal to -1, and x is less than or equal to +1. Either one of these factors could be either a 1 or a 0, but only x values between -1 and 1 will cause both of these factors to be true, and therefore both of the factors will come out to the number 1. And then the third one, the third leg was +1, and that's when x is greater than 1. That's the TI-83 syntax. I've got to wrap this up. So TI-89 owners, let me give you the syntax. Yours is going to look like this. TI-89, I'm going to switch back to blue. And yours is very similar. In your y equals menu, you're going to have y1 equals -1 times the function tt of x is less than or equal to -1 plus x. So you just have tt's in front of yours. I'll explain what tt is, but for now just jot it down. Times tt of the quantity x is greater than or equal to -1 times tt of x is less than or equal to 1 plus, and then your third leg, again, it's just like the TI-83 syntax, but you can't type it in yet until we define tt. The third leg is going to be 1 times tt of x is greater than 1. You see the 89, this is one of the few places where the 89 is not as good as the 83. It doesn't spit out either a 1 or a 0. So we now have to define a function. Before you type this in, 89 owners, you're going to have to go to your home screen. And I've got like 2 minutes left. Hey, guys, hold on, I'll be out of here in a couple of seconds. But what we need to do is on your home screen, you need to go to Catalog and press D and pick up the define command. We're going to define a tt function. And actually define does not give you parentheses. It's going to be define, and then type in tt of z. We're going to define a tt function, and then type equals, and then go to Catalog again and press W. You'll get a when there. When, and type in z, 1, 0. What this means is that when z, the input to the tt function, is true, it'll spit out a 1, otherwise it'll spit out a 0. When you press enter on this, then this syntax will work. We got to go. Assignment 10.5 is due on Monday. Take care. Have a good weekend.